Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Alberta News and Views. Chrystia Freeland is in Victoria, and she was speaking with reporters. And she was asked, Chrystia, Miss Twitchy, is British Columbia going to get the same treatment as the Atlantic provinces with our heat pumps and a carbon tax rebate? And of course, Chrystia Freeland dodges that question with all of her might and doesn't even come close to answering it. The state of this country with our politicians and our journalists is just incredible. I can't believe they give her a pass. Check, she is a master. She is the master of saying so much and doing and accomplishing so little. These simple questions, check this out.
Follow with me, of course. Question regarding the budget, and one of the big points of contention that Premier Eby has brought up in the past was the sort of the differing support for different parts of the province when it comes to heat pumps, for example, and when it comes to rebates on various forms of fuel. And this was certainly an issue that came up in the fall. What, if any, update can you give on that particular file? Will BC receive the type of financial support that, for example, Atlantic Canada received or was announced back in the fall? Can you sort of comment on that aspect, and what, if any, additional goodies might you be able to sort of hint here when it comes to the federal budget? Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for the question. And I haven't had my meeting with Premier Eby yet. I am genuinely looking forward to it. We have a really constructive relationship with the province of BC, and in addition to working on specific things that the province may want and need, I find conversations with the leadership of this province, whether it's with Premier Eby, with Katrina, your finance minister, to just be generally useful for me in terms of thinking about what are the policies that Canadians need today. I think BC is a real leader, and I'm happy to learn from the BC experience. But I haven't talked to the Premier yet, so I don't know what is going to be at the top of his agenda. What I can say is what's at the top of the federal government's agenda when it comes to this budget is housing, housing, housing. I think that is the center of the concerns of so many Canadians. And I would say particularly working hard to unlock the promise of Canada for the younger generation, to be sure that for young Canadians, it is possible to have a good life, maybe to live in a nice apartment like this one, but also if you want to have your own home, that Canada is a place, that BC is a place where if you have a good job, if you work hard, that is achievable as well. We have a lot of work to do to accomplish that, but that's something we really believe in. And again, I'm not going to put words in the Premier's mouth. He is more than capable of speaking for himself, but I do believe that that's a goal that the province shares as well. And I will maybe say also, we are very like-minded with the province when it comes to early learning and childcare. The first deal we did after we announced a national early learning and childcare program was with the province of BC, and that really, I believe, unlocked the program for the rest of Canada. So I'll be happy to hear from BC on what's important for them in that area too. And then finally, you spoke about climate. BC, again, is a national leader when it comes to climate action. I've been with Premier Eby at announcements around the province's clean tech industry. The investment tax credits that we unveiled in the 2023 budget are tremendously supportive for the BC industry in that space. And so I hope to have a chance to talk about that too with the Premier. Thank you.
Next question.
What?
Prochaine question.
So are we going to get a fucking carbon tax rebate or not? Throughout this whole press conference, she said the exact same thing, like with five different versions of it, which is why she just goes in her brain and she's like, there's something in there about education or climate, I'm sure. I can't believe that the journalists give her a pass for that. This needs to stop. Canadians deserve way better. There's reports out this morning with housing and how bad it is in Nova Scotia, specifically, and British Columbia, actually. That's why she's there. It is so bad. I'm serious. It is so bad that they are starting to move seniors out of their bigger apartments and downgrading them so others can move in there with families. It's incredible because we were saying this a year ago, that this is the beginning of it, and then it's going to be forced. And it pretty much is forced. But it's not private yet. This is all government stuff. I'm going to be talking about that later. Follow me on Substack and Spotify. And like usual, I'll keep you updated with as much as I can. Like, share, and take care.